So I don't know if you guys have heard the story about the 31-year-old woman that did not allegedly, but actually did rape a 13-year-old boy and got pregnant by him. If y'all heard that story, then you would know that this woman is not facing any time in jail. Now, I haven't seen the whole article, but I have pulled it up right here and we're about to read it. Let's check this out. So the title of it is Woman 31 who had sex with a 13-year-old boy and then became pregnant with his child will serve no time in jail, but will have to register as an ex-offender under a plea deal. What? Wait, why is this? I've never heard of a case where a man did something like this to a 13-year-old girl and didn't have to face any time in jail. Why? Because it's not as bad of a thing when a boy gets to sleep with an older woman? That ain't right. A woman should be able to face the same sort of charges as a man if the crimes are similar. A Colorado woman won't see the inside of a prison cell despite admitting to having sex with a 13-year-old boy in June of 2022. It later emerged that Andrea Serrano had become pregnant as a result of the sexual assault on the minor. She was freed shortly after her original arrest in July of last year on a bond of $70,000. Who she know that has $70,000 that was able to use that to get her out? Shit. It's called accountability. I would have let her butt stayed in there until that bond sentence went down a bit if it works that way. I have no idea. The Fountain Police Department had charged Serrano with sexual assault on a child by one in position of trust, as well as sexual assault on a child. Investigators said that Serrano admitted to the relationship. On Friday, it was widely reported that Serrano's lawyers had come to a plea deal with the prosecutors that will force her to register as an ex-offender, but means she will avoid prison. Since her arrest, Serrano has given birth to the teen's baby. The child is in her care. Something don't sit right with me about that, the child being in her care. How do y'all feel though? Do y'all feel that that baby should still be under her custody? She might be registered as an ex-offender, but here's this life. Yeah, it's a part of hers, but still here's this child that she will be around all the time because she's gonna be the parent of this child. His family are planning to petition the court to gain custody. Okay, that's good. The victim is now 14 years old. She will always be more than double that child's age. She ought to be ashamed of herself. Serrano was first questioned by police after a therapist found out and came forward with the allegations. After being interviewed by the Fountain Police Department, Serrano confessed to her crimes. Now, this is after the therapist found out and came forward with the allegations. Hold on. Now, obviously, y'all know that when it comes to therapists, there's this confidentiality clause for the therapist and their clients. But when it comes to the endangerment of anyone, they have to come forward with the information at hand. But my question is, who was the therapist's client? Was it the boy, the 14-year-old boy, now 14, or was it Serrano? He looked at her like a mother figure and even called her mom before. God, this is getting sicker by the moment, according to the criminal affidavit in the case. I feel like my son is robbed of his childhood. Now he's having to be a father. He's a victim, and he's going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. The victim mothers told KKTV after the plea deal was made public. This is true. This boy has been rushed into adulthood because this woman decided to be irresponsible on multiple different levels. One being the fact that she's sleeping with a minor, and two being the fact that she decided to keep the minor's child. I feel like if she was a man and he was a little girl, it would definitely be different, obviously. They would be seeking more. I feel like because he is not a woman, they are not. They're having compassion for her. Exactly. At the time of her arrest, KOAA reported that Serrano and her victim were living together for a time. What? The victim's mother told the Gazette that she spoke with the judge in the case prior to the plea deal being accepted to voice her displeasure. KKTV reports that Serrano's plea deal is a lesser charge and that the judge could still sentence her to 10 years to life of ex-offender intensive supervised probation. Ooh, okay. Now that's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. If there's a possibility that this woman can do time, some serious time in prison for what she has done. That poor baby though, that baby didn't ask for none of this. I hope and pray that the boy, the father, gets custody of this child and obviously have the support from his parents. Serrano is facing a hearing in May that will determine the length of her probation. The Gazette reports that the lesser charge is one of incest, a class 4 felony in Colorado. Wait, what? This story getting crazier. Incest? Who is she to the victim? Prior to her probation hearing, Serrano is also due in court in March and is facing 2 additional misdemeanor charges for violating the terms of restraining order. So they put a restraining order on her, but she still wanted to come around this boy. You would think that we live in times now where people would know that if they do something stupid like this, that they will end up getting caught for it. But I guess not. People are still doing dumb-ish. Y'all leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See.